Gautam, the recording. Hello,
Sorry.
Gautam.
Hey guys, welcome to another video and welcome back to the channel. This is AutoFly. I'm Gautam and this is Dhruv. And this is a multi-part series called Cars and Coffee Lockdown Edition. Obviously, we are in the lockdown, so we can't do much. But today we thought we'll get behind the scenes, behind the action of the car scene. Today we are going to talk about some very interesting cars. The first car is the famous Ford Mustang, Dianna and Donna. And finally, something which you would never imagine, a Tata Nano, which is being converted into a race car, which is the weirdest thing even we heard of. And today we are trying to understand what goes behind converting this car into a race car. Very cool. So let's dive straight into this video.
Hello, guys. Welcome to our conversation with D&O Motorsports. Here we have D&O Motorsports and the wonderful team headed by Mr. Omkar Rane. And without further ado, I think let's just jump into all about D&O Motorsports and what they do. Why don't we ask Mr. Omkar to tell us a little about them?
Hi, my name is Omkar Rane. I run an establishment called D&O Motorsport. We are basically an engineering unit where we design, manufacture all performance parts, everything related to automotive and motorsports. So we are essentially a complete automotive and motorsport solution place where be it from, having your cars ride, getting comfortable to all the way full-blown race car to something which is, extraordinary for specific use. We build everything in and around cars and bikes. So we do all of these things by having Indian engineers on board. Like right now, I have one of my senior engineer Vedant Patil and Pratik, who's a design analyst in our company with us. So they'll also be sharing their views and their overall experience as to how the projects for how difficult it is being in India, manufacturing things and everything. But we mostly focus as a company, try to focus complete homegrown products from design, engineering, and we have a goal that we want to have put Indian engineering up on the map.
That's great. Actually, we've seen your workshop, and I think you're just being a little humble out here from saying just we do everything in house. We've seen the carbon
Right.
and the molds that y'all make, and even they have this
Right.
little oven of theirs for a full car-sized oven. I mean, they call it the tandoor out there, and Vedant had told us all about it when we had taken a little site review. So it's amazing
Right.
getting to talk to you all. I mean, unfortunately, this lockdown is preventing us from meeting and talking further on the
Right.
location. But it's great to hear about the projects that you all have done, and we'd like to discuss that more in depth and tell everybody on how challenging it is from a design perspective and how you feel that it is challenging. But with working with y'all, I mean, it was a very good transformation that one can have. Taking, for example, the very famous project that we have all throughout the nation. I mean, any car enthusiast, I don't think anybody does not know about it so far. Why don't you tell us a little about the Dianna Donna project?
I think that was one of our most favorite projects, I would say, because it was a very unique project. Because for the first time, we could work so closely with the owners and actually get things made. And I think the major part of this project being successful is also the owners' participation and their complete trust and faith over us that we can build it, we can do it. Because when Neil and Akash Pandey, when both of them had come, they had a very fixed idea in their mind, like how they want the car to be. Like they want something unique, they want it to be what kind of loudness they wanted, everything was absolutely laid out in their mind. And that was perfect because that is something they didn't want to import anything. They wanted something to, because they love their car so much, they want to put efforts in their cars. It's very easy to go on any website, just ordering a part or from AliExpress, ordering it, come, just take it, it's done. That is not really challenging or fun for them as owners as well. to have it on their car, because they wanted something extraordinary, like they wanted something absolutely phenomenal. And honestly, they had everything lined up in their mind, and we just honestly just executed it for them. Be it the side exhaust, be it the diffuser at the back, be it the front wing. And in this case, we have Vedang, who will further tell you that how we moved about it, because he's the lead designer on the Aero disc, which was kind of new, something which we did. So I think I'll let. Yeah.
Yeah. So before we just go ahead, just the work which you did, all the work was the exhaust, the aero disc, and what other work did you
so
do?
it's running.
To get an
Okay,
idea.
so it's running full long tube headers. It's running a very good tune as well. It's a very powerful tune. Then the diffuser is manufactured by us. The front splitter is manufactured by us, and the aero disc, along with the side exhaust. And that is a valve control exhaust, where when it's open, it's from the side, and when it's closed, it's right at the back, but absolutely quiet, where you can cruise around city or any quiet area.
Right. Okay, so Vedant, if you could give us some more details, it would be great on the project.
So when Omkar and the owners told us they do not want a normal rim swap, they want something else different. And it was on Omkar's idea. Like Omkar pitched it to the owners we shall try the country's first aero disc / turbofan. So what we wanted was you can't just, there are two ways you can go about it. One is when you hack job the rim, and one is you find a way around the rim that it can be easily replaceable and does not damage the car, or it is, you are not tampering with the vehicle.
Right.
So that way what we did was, obviously the owners had supported us for keeping the car with us for a long time. But we did a way it fits onto the axle shaft. So you just remove the wheel, the adapter fixed on the axle shaft, you install the wheel on top of the adapter, and no one can tell that you have done, there is no, changing of running parts. So that is how the adapter was made, and the entire turbofan, it is functional. It is throwing out brake dust. Whenever we remove it for cleaning, etc., you can clearly see the brake dust is coming out of the vanes.
Yeah.
And then the carbon fiber on top of it, which was all in-house made by us. That was just, a cherry on top of it. So the front disc you see is complete carbon fiber, and the discs that are inside, those are your structural rims.
Correct.
Those are aluminum. The entire thing weighs only 2 kgs. Less than 2 kgs, in fact.
Yeah, so it is more sort of like a bolt-on, bolt-off setup.
Right. And the wheels are center lock, right?
No, the wheels are also stock. That is the entire adapter which we have made, which makes it looks like a center lock nut.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so we didn't. Yeah, because they're the stock Mustang rims.
Right. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So you didn't want to play with the rims and just try to fabricate something for it.
Yeah, because it's a rotating part, and it is very difficult to, anything rotating has to be engineered very well, because a little bit of miscalculation and that entire thing is going to be in pieces.
Correct.
Definitely.
Yeah, that way. So we had a good time getting that thing done, So it was a very good chance for us. This took about 2 months, the entire project.
Okay.
So this is the rear part. This is how it goes. And now this point,
that's the adapter, right?
Yes, that fixed onto the axle shaft.
All right.
And that makes it look like a center lock wheel.
Right.
But the 5 bolts are under this.
Okay.
This is the raw carbon fiber before the lacquer.
Right.
And I have the photos of the adapter here. So this is the adapter.
Okay.
Have you all tried something like this before? Was this like one of the specifically custom projects that you all worked with?
Specifically custom, like I told you. I mean, see, more as an Indian company, it was a pleasure having the owners think something like that. We are searching for opportunity to showcase our work. But if, let's just say today, the owners are only not keen on doing it, then what is the point of having the skills to make all of these things?
Absolutely.
So we wanted to, the major reason why we did something like that is it's sort of like a big thank you from us towards the owner, you know, that we can go at this level of precision as well, at this level of work as well, you know, keeping trust, having that trust is the most important thing. Like even for the side exhaust, we had Pratik do quite a lot of analysis on how the exhaust gases will flow, how quiet it will be. So we had all of these work things already worked out, and it was a matter of just execution. And I think it was amazing to work on it as well.
Yeah, I mean, the final product is also something that looks really great. And just to understand, is the exhaust, is it catback? Is it a straight pipe? What kind of
No, it
exhaust
is
is it?
a full. So basically, it's a. You can say that there are dual setup in it. One is sort of like a complete straight pipe setup, and
Okay.
one is completely like stock. When you switch off the valve, it's completely like a stock exhaust.
Oh,
When you open up the valve, it's exactly like a straight pipe setup.
Okay.
oh,
Wow.
that's very.
Very interesting. Yeah, like a prestigious project for you guys, I'm guessing. And it's
Yeah,
really
it
famous.
was a good one.
Yeah.
And we don't wish to, you know, we don't wish to replicate this project on any other car, because there was so much effort spent, and it was such a good banter between Akash and Neil that it has a special place in our books, you know. Biggest takeaway I would say is the owner trust and the owner's faith. I mean, if understand one thing, like if irrespective of whatever we can build or whatever we can make, if you are not willing to trust and give the car, then how are you going to do that?
Very.
If you're going to say that, you know, I'm going to give the car only for 4 days, do whatever you want in 4 days. It's not going to be an exquisite job, you know. It's going to be sort of like an hack job.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we as an industry, we are growing. You know, the manufacturers who we work with or anything, you know, they are understanding, they are also getting accustomed to what our quality standards are, how we are doing. So it is sort of in a way, you know, that was the major, I think, takeaway, that that's why we don't market anything. We wait for actually that word of mouth is the best way to go forward, and clients who have like specific requirement, we just try to address those and solve those.
If you could move on to what present projects you're doing, that will also be very interesting to know.
Yeah. So the present project, what we are doing is we are building a Tata Nano, where I will let Pratik explain that to you, because he is sort of heading the project, and you know, and getting the thing. So he will explain it to you what exactly you're doing. Vedant is also, we all are part of it, but it's Pratik and our newest engineer, Mr. Ganesh, who will be joining us full time soon. Who is working on this. So I'll have Pratik explain what exactly. It's a very interesting project. You will understand from him.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So when we got it, and all of our test drive guys took a test drive, and even there was one major problem. It was the cooling system was bad. So right now we are working on it. So I'll share one thing with you.
So had the car already been worked on, or y'all are working on a stock now?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So it had already, somebody had done some work on it, and y'all were trying to rectify that work.
Yeah. So basically, the car was got to us by Mr. Vikrant Singh of Motorscribe. And you know, so he himself, being an automotive enthusiast, he had one goal, that he wanted to build a very lively Nano, like, you know, fast, a raw, a nice car where, you know, as the world is moving to EV, this is going to be his pocket rocket. So his initial approach was that he went. The car was done with a 1.3 engine, rear mounted. Now you can see from here, Pratik has before starting on any vehicle, first we take that what are we working with. So as you can see, Pratik will explain you more what he is up to with this.
Sure.
So basically the weight distribution was totally awful, because most of the weight was in back, so it wasn't steering properly.
Okay.
So we will be doing some minor adjustment in suspension. So there will be proper longitudinal weight transfer while braking and accelerating, and even in terms of aerodynamics. So here's a basic model of Nano. So we have done some simulations on it, and so that we can attach proper cooling ducts in order to optimize our cooling and heat flow. And also the other guy, Ganesh, is also working on suspension. So basically, we are going to handle it like a go-kart or like a Formula student car. So there will be stiffer suspensions. Its maneuverability will be awesomely good, and the tires will be slick as well. So you can use it for track day as well.
Okay.
And
So,
yeah,
are you going to make any changes to the bodywork?
possibly yes, possibly.
Yeah, little bit. So basically, what we are going to have is we are only utilizing the nano shell from here. Pratik, if you can show the suspension setup photo which this one has sent you, if he has sent you.
Yeah, wait.
Kanish. Yeah. So coming to that point, what we are majorly aiming towards is that we want to we are only using the shell of the Nano. See, every time when we say now that we want to build a race car or we want to do a race build, you cannot take something existing which is not designed for the purpose and make it do something extraordinary by adding things. It has to be ground up. Like the Nano is designed to be a efficient, small, cheap car.
Yeah.
Now, irrespective of how good I am with my engineering, I cannot make it a race car.
Right.
So what we are essentially doing is we are only utilizing the shell. Yeah. So we will be exactly only utilizing the shell, and we will be designing. This is something basic. What a basic layout. What I would say is what we are planning to do, where the shell will only sit on top. It's got a complete custom suspension geometry.
Okay.
So is this like a roll cage or?
Yes, it's a complete chassis. It's a complete tube frame chassis only.
Okay.
So y'all are
So the body
exactly, exactly like how you're saying it. Y'all are just putting the shell of the car on a completely new.
Exactly.
Let me show you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
These are our very initial, initial concept design searches that how we want it to be or how it should be or how it is going to be. That how it will look. This is all our brainstorming ideas and this thing.
Correct.
So we are planning to go sort of this direction because when we have control and all of the suspension geometry is custom design, is ground up design. It's we are not taking any existing parts from Baleno or this car or that car. No, the ARMs are completely different. The geometry is completely different. We have got 2 students who are working specifically along with me on vehicle dynamics as to that when it goes into roll, what kind of camber compensation we are going to have, what in braking, what kind of anti-dive percentage we have, the wheel rates, everything from installation ratios. We have everything sorted up. Like we are going step by step, like how they build race cars properly.
Correct.
And this is sort of like an exercise for me and the team, where I have worked on race cars, but I have not worked on a Nano to be built into a race.
Right.
You get my point. So
potential there.
Yes, we can actually showcase our potential there, and we are aiming for a good lap time at Madras Motors motorway and even DIC for that matter. And what the major takeaway which I will give you is the engine which we are going to use.
Okay, we are only going to be doing a basic downpipe, a basic tune, just basic, like just to showcase that adding too much power in an engine and having a powerful drivetrain is not necessarily is going to be a fast car.
Right, of course.
It requires, the car is requiring much more than that. Vehicle dynamics, like how the power is transferred, is the most important thing. If you don't have that, then how will you understand?
True. It's a very interesting concept. Somebody wants to do and play around so much with a Nano. Not every day you come across
because
somebody who's just
see, because we are big fan of Ratan Tata. Okay, so and I would say that this is an opportunity which has come walking towards us.
correct.
Yeah.
So if at all, if you ask me who we want to impress, it's Mr. Tata, because he has done his bit where he has developed this car. We just want to showcase that now we have got the talent to make it into a race car,
Right.
and we are developing. We are developing with our homegrown talent, with our homegrown manufacturing. Everybody who is working on it.
And I mean,
Very interesting.
if you show a part of the car a certain angle to anybody random, they wouldn't believe it's a Nano. The way y'all are working on
That is the
it
that
looks
is the main
So guys, it's a very, very interesting video. A lot of technical stuff. But let's take a little break here where you join us next week for even more interesting projects. One has actually featured in a movie, which is really cool. And some more about drifting cars.
So if you like that video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for the next video. I mean, there are even better projects coming in the funnel.
Cheers.